Hey everyone, Sean here, and today in this video I wanted to talk about this banner, give my 2 cents about the new upcoming banner featuring the 5-star character, that's Kazuha, and along with the 4-star characters that are going to be featured in this banner. So I just wanted to give my thoughts about whether this banner is worth for most people, and of course my personal reasons of whether I'm going to be rolling for this banner or not, and all that fun stuff. So we can have a fun little discussion for this video. You can go ahead and leave those comments in the comment section below, and those are going to be potentially be read in the next Hawke Talks video. So feel free to leave any comment about Kazuha, the banner, or anything like that for Genshin Impact, or it could be something about this channel as well. As long as it's relevant, I will take those into consideration. Anyway, let's talk about the banner at hand featuring Kazuha. I think Kazuha overall does look cool from the aesthetic side of things, and I also think his gameplay is pretty neat for the most part. I think his intended use is for the most part support based, so he is going to be giving the other characters the extra hand to dish out extra damage, or just extra sort of elemental reactions with the swirl. Along with the different elements that you're sticking with, like pyro, electro, cryo, hydro, the drill. And so I think his intended use for the most part is going to be support, from what I've been hearing anyway. But you never know, with given time, he may be built and be useful as both support and main DPS, or sub DPS, anything like that. Maybe sub DPS likely, but we'll definitely have to see about that. Either way though, I think he will be useful if you don't have a animal support and you don't have Venti already. So if you want to go for this banner, I think already from there you can definitely, because not only one, he looks cool, he looks like a light sort of a not a heavy looking samurai, but like he's got that like sort of that swift samurai look to him. He looks, and he's got a little bit of a samurai shoulder pad thing going on, not to mention the cool like color aesthetics, like the red, black, and white. And so I think those combinations really work, and not to mention the whole maple leaf thing he has going on. So some of the Canadian fans are kind of like drawn to him because he unintentionally kind of looks Canadian, you know what I mean? But it can't be helped really, because the leaves and also the color scheme that he has going on. But I think overall though, you can roll for him for his utility, and if you do like his look, that's only a bonus, right? So with that animal support, I think he will be a pretty useful unit. And so if you don't have any of those already in your arsenal, you can definitely roll for Kazuha if you don't have someone like Venti, like myself, in the roster. So I think you can definitely go for him just for that alone. Otherwise, really though, if you don't really feel like you need this kind of support, you can definitely skip this banner really. But otherwise, you can definitely go for him. Now, if you want another reason to roll for this banner, the 4-star characters are, I think in my opinion, just as important as the 5-star character in there, because you're inevitably going to be getting those characters anyway along the way. So let's talk about the 3 4-star characters that are going to be featured along with Kazuha. First off, with Razor. Razor is going to be pretty cool if you do roll on this banner, because he is a pretty good DPS, main DPS at hand. His attack speed does go up as you bust out those elemental bursts, and of course, if you do have more than just one Razor constellation, you can definitely keep going for that C6. In my opinion, I think he is pretty good once he is fully unlocked in that sense. So I think if you really do like Razor as your main, even though there are other sort of 5-star characters that do his role a little better, at least, you can definitely go for Razor just because he looks cool. He definitely has a good amount of utility for his role. He can definitely do some work. He's got to remember that he is physical damage based for the most part, and not as much for the electro damage. I mean, you could probably throw in some electro damage on Razor, but I think his main focus is supposed to be physical for the most part. Now, of course, we have Bennett in the lineup here. Of course, Bennett is the #1 damage support for a very long time now. Personally, I thought he was just kind of weird to use, because I really did not know how to really use him. But over time, once people found out what Bennett is really there for, he is cracked. He is definitely one of the best characters in the game, period. If not the best, support damage type of character, especially when you get his elemental burst down all the time. So obviously one of the main stats for him is energy recharge. You definitely want to get his burst up as much as possible, as quickly as possible, to not only get the heals but the damage bonus as well. So I think with that alone, maybe this banner is something for you. Bennett is definitely one of the best. You definitely want to get his constellations up. I would say try to roll up to the 5th constellation, just because the 6th constellation does actually block some characters' bonuses in a way. So that's really unfortunate for some team synchronizations. It really does not work for someone like Zhongli, I believe, from what I've been hearing anyway. And so you definitely want to stop at C5 just to have that flexibility if you want to, change it around with different teams. But either way, Bennett is really good. If you don't have him already, you can definitely go for this banner, just so you can get some Bennetts along the way, hopefully. And he's the best support. He's the best support character. Even if he's 4 stars, he's up there with the 5 stars in a way, because of his overall kit. It's just crazy. Mainly because of his burst that he has. Next up is Rosaria. Rosaria is definitely one of the waifus in the lineup. If you are into the whole sister/nun sort of look, she definitely has a little more to it than that, and so that's what really makes her stand out from the rest of the waifus in a way. She has her own way of being, hot, and has her own little appeal. I do like her personality and what kind of character she is, but utility-wise, I think she is pretty useful as well. She puts down a ring, essentially, or a circle that does give constant cryo damage, and also just cryo in general. If you have a pyro character such as Hutao, for example, I think she is definitely useful for that sort of support. You can, I guess you can build her to be DPS, but she is definitely better off being a support, just because of that element of burst. Funny enough, she puts down a circle just like Bennett does, except that doesn't really heal, of course, but she gives out constant cryo damage, and therefore the cryo element for you to do the melt or superconduct reactions, depending on what kind of character you want to use for your main DPS to sort of follow it up, kind of like that alley-oop with those characters. So Rosaria is definitely there for that. She is down to set up something. She is there to essentially throw up the ball, and you have your main characters to essentially finish off the alley-oop. Don't get in there, or throw the ball into the hoop, however you want to do it. Either way, it'll definitely score you some points in defeating those monsters or whatever your goal is. Rosaria is a great setup character, and along with everyone, mostly everyone in this banner. Funny enough, I believe Kazuha can do that, Bennett can do that definitely, and Rosaria can definitely do that. Razor here really is the only main DPS in the lineup here. And I think, funny enough, I think this whole banner can really be built into a team. You have Rosaria for the support, cryo support. You have Bennett for the heals and the pyro support as well. Kazuha has the animal support, and you have Razor to provide the electro main DPS or damage. So that really essentially is a team you can purely build from this banner here alone. So I think overall though, I think this banner is definitely worth going for if you don't have much in your roster. If you don't really need any animal support at the moment, and if you already have someone like Venti, then I think you definitely can skip this banner. You're not really missing out a whole lot, But if you just started out and if you need just characters in general, this is definitely something you want to roll on because of the not only the 5-star character Kazuha, but the rest of the 4-star characters as well. Razor, Bennett, and Rosaria are definitely good reasons to roll for. Well, all together anyway. Maybe rolling for them alone might be a little bit less of a good reason, but otherwise, really, either way, if you roll on this banner, you're definitely getting some bang for your, well, gems. And I wish the best of luck to you all for the pulls that you want to go for. If you want to just pull for Kazuha, by all means. If you want to pull for the 4-star characters, by all means, I guess, as well. Especially for someone like Bennett, because he's really still the best support right now. Personally, for me, I don't really need or feel I want Kazuha because I'm personally saving up my gems for someone like Yoimiya. She looks really cool, and it's just more personal reasons or biased reasons. I do like her aesthetics, and not to mention, I kind of want a fire or pyro bow user that isn't Amber, unfortunately. Unless they buff her, then I definitely have less reason to roll for Yoimiya. But for right now, MiHoYo is really giving me a reason to roll for that banner instead of here, unfortunately. But for anyone else who doesn't have enough characters in their roster for right now, definitely is definitely worth the roll or pull for this banner. Just with the characters that are in there: Kazuha, Razor, Bennett, and Rosaria. Again, I must emphasize because those are really good characters to start out with. So overall, I think this is a pretty good banner, very solid banner all around. And well, but even with that said, I'm probably gonna skip on it just because the sort of personal reasons, and I do want to go for Yoimiya, so I'm saving up all my gems for her. Either way, I wish for the best of luck to you all if you want to roll on this banner. So that is pretty much it for me on my thoughts about the Kazuha banner that's coming up for 1.6. Again, I do wish the best of luck, and if you have any comments, leave it down below. You're more than welcome to leave those in that section, and don't forget to like and subscribe for this channel. Really appreciate it because it really helps out. So that's my Hawke Talks sort of episode for the Kazuha banner. I think it's pretty worth it if you don't have sort of these characters to in your role. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys in the next video. Sean out.